We seem to be fascinated by the thought of a zombie apocalypse. Walking bodies that seem to have no purpose other than to eat the living. In some zombie movies, the walking dead wander aimlessly, and in others they can run around like crazy, but still are soulless creatures. You know, I think I've seen some of the walking dead in real life, shuffling around in offices, barely paying attention in meetings, staring at computer screens. There are zombie workers out there, hordes of them, and at one point I was even one of them. Don't believe me? Listen to this. Gallup found in May of 2020 that the percentage of engaged workers in the U.S., those who are highly involved in, enthusiastic about, and committed to their work, reached 38%. And that is a record high ever since Gallup has been tracking. Around 1 in 3 people are excited about their work, and that's a record high. And it has gone down since then, as you might imagine. 1 in 3 people are actively looking forward to going to work. That leaves a whole lot of people that are not very thrilled about it. The percentage of workers who are actively disengaged, those who have miserable work experiences and spread their unhappiness to their colleagues, was at that time about 13%, which means about 1 in 7 people are so unhappy they are making the rest of their peers miserable as well. And I don't think it would be a stretch to imagine that we spend a whole lot of time thinking about those 13% who are really struggling. What about the 49 or so percent of people who are in the middle? They are what Gallup calls the not engaged, or what I'm calling the zombie workers. They are psychologically unattached to their work and company. These employees put time in, but not energy or passion. The employees who are not engaged typically show up to work and they contribute the minimum effort required. They're also, as you can imagine, on the lookout for better employment opportunities and will quickly leave their company for a slightly better offer. Forbes estimates that disengaged employees cost U.S. companies up to $550 billion a year. Can you imagine that? If we said anything costs companies that much a year, you would think that the organizations would drop just about everything and try to figure that out. It doesn't make any sense to me. Businesses and organizations want people to be productive. It is in their best interest to train people to maximize their value. Not only do engaged employees produce more, but they are generally happier, which just makes it better for everyone. And then people want to have meaningful work. They want to be creative and feel productive. They want to help the organization serve its mission. They want to maximize what they can contribute. You would think that organizations and staff would do everything they can to make this work. But the sad fact is that it just isn't working, not for the majority of people. One more statistic tells us why there are so many zombie workers out there. According to Gallup research, on average, the percentage of employees who are not totally sure what they're supposed to do at work each day is 50%. 50%. Let's just stop and think about that for a minute. Half the people you know go to their workplace, whether in the office or the home, and are just not sure what to do. They want to be productive, but lack the clarity or insight to know how their company wants them to create value. They will answer emails and go to meetings, but aren't sure why or if it really matters. Is it any wonder then that so many employees feel disengaged? And it's not complicated, it just takes some work. We are so anxious to get employees into the mix and hoping that they go do good stuff that we throw them into a pressure pot and hope something good comes out. And employees are hoping that their employers know what they are cooking up and are too worried about speaking up that they just keep their heads down and hope it gets better. A whole lot of wishful thinking. What we need is a system and better questions. Check out our online course, Pursuing Consequence, for principles and tools to ensure that you are engaged and working on something significant. Let's find the antidote to this zombie worker apocalypse.